Hello and welcome to All About Billings. We are a show dedicated to discovering the people that make Billings a great place to work and live. We will interview local business people, entrepreneurs, community leaders, artists, entertainers, and we will learn from them all about their successes, their failures, and their connection to Billings. I'm your host, Nancy Brook, broker and owner at Billings Best Real Estate. And today it's my pleasure to have as my guest Eric Newman from Ballistic Junk Removal, a local company here. Well, welcome to the show, Eric.
Thank you.
Well, it's so wonderful to see you again. We met, I think it's been a few months ago, and
Yeah.
it sounds like things are still hopping for you.
Yeah. We're getting a lot of stuff done, and it feels good.
Well, so why don't you just tell us a little bit about your business, Ballistic Junk Removal?
Yeah. So what we do is we pick up unwanted junk for people who don't want to put in the effort or the time to get rid of it. So it's a big stress reliever for people when we come out and provide our service. So we show up, they show us what they have, we load it up and haul it off, and it's very simple.
Well, there's also, though, I think the thing that I remember about you is there's this whole idea of you work with people, you don't judge their junk, you try to be compassionate and kind and just be a helping hand. So
Yeah.
and connect with them. So that seems unusual for a junk guy.
Yeah. No, I think the relationship side of it is really fun. We really just try to be like, okay, yes, the simple part of it is we haul away your junk, but okay, what is the bigger picture, the big problem that you're dealing with, or the life event that's occurred, and how can we be sensitive to that to help you? There's a lot of people we help that there'll be an unfortunate situation, like a family member passes away or something, and it's sensitive. They got all this stuff, and they need to maybe liquidate the house, and they don't know what to do with it all, but it's sentimental because it belonged to somebody that they know, or maybe to them if they're transitioning or something.
Well, and that's the hard part, because a lot of times people have accumulation because they have attachment, and so obviously they're ready to make a change because they're calling you in, but you still have those, I guess, sensitive times, right, where people are still a little attached to the stuff, and so you don't come in and just whap it in the trailer.
Yeah, it's really hard for people to get rid of stuff. It is. And so kind of our approach, no one wants to see their stuff just getting thrown in and smashed and everything. So we like to do our part to get up in the trailer and load stuff and set stuff in there. And then just the nature of our business is that a lot of it goes to the landfill, but when we can, we like to donate to various donation centers around town, and we like to collect and separate metal to recycle that.
Okay.
And so that's a big part of what we do too.
Well, I really appreciated the fact that there's that compassionate nature about you, and that's I think a differentiator, just you as a business person. So how did you get started in this line of work?
Yeah, I just kind of had the, entrepreneurial bent or something, just really interested in how business works, and decided to, when I started, I didn't know what I was going to start, I think, and stumbled upon the junk removal industry and noticed there was a gap in the market in Billings. It was relatively untapped when we started a couple years ago, and so that's kind of how I got into that. And I just enjoy serving people and enjoy doing business.
So how did the idea for junk removal? You saw this in other markets?
Yeah, it's been in other markets for a long time. In a lot bigger, busier cities, largely because it's pretty normal for people, in Montana. People are used to going to the landfill. That's a relatively normal task. for people kind of around our area. But in areas where it's hard to access a landfill, or it's further away, or they don't know where it is, or if you're already spending 45 minutes each way on a commute, well, now how much further do you need to go to a landfill?
Sure.
Or
like if you're in LA and you're traveling an hour
yeah.
each way for work, it can be overwhelming.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So I mean, you've got hours in traffic and multiple trips to make, and so that's kind of, I think, that where the industry started, from my understandings, in the bigger cities. But I saw a need that was kind of in our area, and so it's been fun to kind of introduce this business and industry to the Billings area in the Yellowstone County, and it's been a huge burden relief to a lot of people. That,
oh, sure.
I don't have to make that trip anymore. It's easy for us. We know where to go, where to drop stuff off at, how to handle things, because we're doing it every day. But, for somebody that's maybe doesn't like to make that trip, or is in a more outside of Billings a little bit, it's a bigger task.
Well, and then there's also just the manual labor.
Oh,
because
yeah.
a lot of times things can be heavy for somebody to lift, like you have an old couch, or some old wood around the house, or metal around the house. It can be a big task, especially if you're a single person, and
Yeah.
maybe if you're older and you just don't have that capability to haul things into a trailer, or maybe you don't even have a trailer in a truck.
Right. A lot of people call us because they don't have a trailer. They might have a truck. Maybe that doesn't have enough room. But sometimes they just have a car or a van.
Right.
They don't want to, get it all dirty, or they can't fit it in there. And then we help a lot of, people over 55. So a lot of them need help lifting, and aren't always in the best of health conditions. And so
Sure.
they don't want to spend the time breaking their back lifting stuff up. Actually, my guys right now, they're actually working on a job. There's this big water heater, and so since we have the equipment, they're rolling the dump trailer up, and then they lift the bed up, and then they're chaining the water heater on, and they set it down. And you can't do that if you don't have the right equipment.
Right.
And so it might take us 10 minutes to load that.
Right.
But for somebody who doesn't have a truck, doesn't have a trailer, or they have a trailer that doesn't
have
dump.
the muscle to
yeah,
load it.
and then maybe it takes them 4 guys to load something heavy like that.
Right. And then a lot of times things like that can be in a crawl space too, which that can be a nightmare.
Yes, yeah. So we spent some time in crawl spaces getting out water heaters. A lot of people want to get those out before they have an inspection,
Right.
just so everything kind of looks free and clear. And then I don't know why there seems to be this thing when water heaters get replaced, the old ones get left in there.
I know.
don't know
Why don't the plumbers take them out?
I have no idea.
If I ever had that, I'd say, dude, you need to get the old water heater out,
Yeah.
right?
Often when we go down there, we're not taking one out. There's often 2.
Oh, man.
There's, it's happens more than once, and it just kind of becomes a collection point for whatever was replaced. I'm sure there's plenty of good plumbers out there. The ones we see, those are just the ones that they get left behind.
Yeah.
But,
well, and you are a young guy, and you have a young family. You have 4 kids. Was it scary starting a business from scratch, because you didn't have a franchise or anything when you started, right? This is your business.
Yeah, no, it's all mine. It's not a franchise, and so I kind of was careful about. So I do have a family. I got 4 kids and a wife, and so I was very careful about transitioning from from being a W-2 worker to a business owner. So when I started in 2023, it was like a side hustle. So I convinced my boss to let me work earlier in the day so I could get off early so I could work.
Oh, that was nice.
After work, yeah. So I did that for I don't know, 6 months or something, and things were getting busier, and I was working all day between my full-time job and then doing junk removal. And so I just kind of just got busy enough where I'm like, I think I'm just going to take off. So,
wow.
My boss was really great about it and made the transition easy. And
that's a blessing, because that's not always the case. A lot of times
Yeah.
it's like, well, you got to have my company as your priority.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about your side hustle.
Yeah, no, they were super supportive.
That's great.
About it, and I really respected that, and just tried to also leave them in a good spot. And I think I spent about a month there after I put in my 2 weeks notice to give them time to make that transition more seamless.
Yeah.
But yeah, August of 2023 is when I went full time, and
so you're
that's
coming
what I've been doing
upon
since.
2 years.
2 years of full-time
Yeah.
work, yeah.
So what has been the greatest learning that you've had of being a business owner? Because a lot of people want to start a business, but it can be a little intimidating.
Yeah, I think, to be a business owner, you really have to have a high threshold for stress and problem solving, because at any company, whoever's at the top, they just become the filter for like the worst problems. Because if you don't know what to do, you pass it on to your boss. You're like, oh, boss, I don't know how to do this. Well, once you get to the top, there's like, well, there's no one else to figure this out for you. No one's here to help you. So you've got to figure it out yourself, and that's been very challenging, but really fun too.
Yeah. Well, and to see the company grow, because you have employees now too. It's not just you hauling stuff by yourself, right? I mean, see, that's a big change.
Yeah. So when I started, I would get help on jobs that I would need some extra muscle on from my friends or my family. Like, hey, can you come help me move this big couch out of this house or something?
They're like, great, thanks a lot, Eric.
Thanks. And then, but I mean, that's how you get started. You just start with what you got. And then I hired somebody on part-time, and then we got busier, and then I hired another part-time guy, and so we had a couple part-timers working, and then it just kind of transitioned into having a crew, and I don't hardly go out on too many of the jobs anymore, unless somebody's sick or out of town or something, but or if we're just crazy busy, I need to
step in.
Truck, yeah, to get everything done, and just the Lord's just been good to us. Now, I started out with this little trailer with these wooden walls that I built on it. It didn't look very pretty, but it worked and
got the job done.
It got the job done, and now we got 2 trucks and 2 trailers, and so.
And they're fancy. You've got them painted real nice too, even.
I like them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've been blessed to be able to get that equipment. And
so how did you get the word out? Because it's not necessarily easy to grow a business.
No. Yeah. So we, having a Google profile has been huge for us. Having a website, that's huge. Sometimes people starting miss those little things, and it's like people are searching. People have the problem. A lot of people go to Google. They go to a search engine, or they go to their friends. So referrals are huge, whether it be people they know, or if we get a lot of work through realtors, and it's like they ask, hey, who do you know that can help me with this? So referrals are huge for us. And then a lot of people know us from our yard signs that are spread out around town.
Okay.
A lot of people have found out about us that way.
And so it's just been pretty organic then. You haven't spent a bunch of money on marketing or anything like that?
We've dabbled in it a little bit. We haven't gone super hard into advertising yet, but it's definitely something we're looking into.
So what would you say if you knew now what you didn't know then, what would be the thing that you would say stands out, like you wish you would have known when you first started?
That's a good question. I wish that I would have just done more at the beginning, just done more asking and throwing yourself out there. I think that's really underestimated, is just talking to people in person.
So were you a little bit shy about putting yourself out there at
Oh,
first?
totally, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't seem shy. That's, I mean,
well,
that kind of surprises me.
It definitely didn't start that way. When when you're brand new, and especially if you haven't even done a job yet or only have a few under your belt, it's like you're trying to grow something, but you're not an expert yet, and so it's you kind of feel like the ask that you're making. At least to me, it felt like I was kind of I was unqualified in the beginning because I didn't have I wasn't established. So you can use that to your advantage and just be like, hey, young man just started a new business in local Billings area, trying to get some word out, seeing how I can help people, and and it's kind of funny that people actually love that.
Oh,
people
for
love
sure.
helping out. I mean, I think everybody, when not everybody, but a lot of people, they look for the local person, they look for the small business, they look for that, and that's huge. And people love being a part of helping somebody get started. And so that's that is, like what I said earlier, you use what you got. In the beginning, that's what you have. And so you use that to your advantage when you go and talk.
Well, and it's funny to hear you say that you didn't know if you had the qualifications, because really what you're doing is taking things from somebody's house and getting rid of it.
Right.
And so it's funny that you felt so.
It was in the beginning. It's untested, so it makes you feel unqualified.
Okay.
Even though it's not like a.
It's not like you're doing brain surgery.
Yeah, it's not brain surgery. I'm not a rocket scientist.
Right.
It's not like you need a degree or something, but it's new and unfamiliar, and that's what makes it uncomfortable.
Huh.
To get started, at least that's how I felt when I started.
I love it though, but that's really insightful. I mean, and it's a good thing for people to hear, because I think a lot of people will feel so awkward they won't even take those first steps.
Yes, getting started, just getting out the doors is the hardest part. Just getting started. Then the more reps you get, it becomes easier.
Yeah.
This would have been. I've never done this before.
Sure.
Part of it feels a little bit unnatural, but I'm also just enjoying it. So
yeah, well, it's just a conversation, right?
Yeah.
But that's the first time you do anything, it can feel a little uncomfortable, a little awkward.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. So when you did start getting a few jobs, then how did that transition? So you felt a little awkward about asking at first. Did you find yourself taking more risks as the business started gaining momentum?
Yeah, and so you just kind of get more comfortable talking to people and networking and building relationships. That's just huge. Both on the residential side of it, just building relationships with residents, because then if you build trust with them, they extend that trust to their friends. They say, oh, hey, this guy was awesome. He totally helped me out with this. And then their friends are like, oh, okay. And then if they experience the same problem, they have shared trust with you. And then same thing in doing it commercially is like building relationships with different businesses or people that you know.
Sure.
And if you just get down to the smallest problems, like, hey, what's your core problem? What are we really trying to solve? Yes, you need to get rid of this stuff, but okay, why do you need to get rid of this stuff? What is it? Is it costing you to have this here, financially or maybe emotionally?
Sure.
To have this stuff here? Is it how long has this been weighing down on you? Because sometimes we go to jobs and they've been this stuff just collects over time. You're like, man, I don't know how we accumulate all this stuff, but we've been accumulating it for 10 years, and it's and then when it's gone, they're like, oh my word, thank you.
Right.
It's just a huge burden of relief for people.
So what have you learned about people's attachment to stuff? And I think it's universal. There are a few people I know who are just like clutter-free, they can get rid of stuff, but most people I know have some kind of attachment to stuff.
Yeah.
What have you learned about it?
It's hard to, it's not our job to do this, but I've noticed it's hard to, for people to break out of it. And so, if they've been holding on to stuff for a long time, and even that alone just kind of shows their attachment to stuff.
Right.
And then,
or overwhelmed, maybe.
Yeah, and it's overwhelming to get rid of.
Right.
But like even, I got 4 kids, so our house is not
right,
pristine.
And you probably have toys from this kid, and then who knows, the other kid's using it, and
we got toys all over the place. And so this was actually like just a couple days ago. For our kids, we have these, these plastic drawers that we put their toys in and stuff to try to keep it organized. And my oldest, his was getting too full, and it's like, okay, we need to go through this, and we kind of laid everything out, and it's like, okay, when was the last time that you played with this? He's like, wow, maybe I don't need that one, and so we kind of go through things, and it's like, okay, is it, good questions to ask are, would you buy this again if you didn't have it? When was the last time that you used this? Can you see yourself legitimately using this in the near future? Those are really good questions to ask, because it's like, I've been holding on to this for so long, or thinking I was going to use it, and I never really have. And at this point, the space and the stress relief is more important.
Right.
And we never, when we're working, we never impose like, hey, you should probably get rid of this too. It's like,
no, of course. I mean, you're just there to help them at that point.
Oh yeah.
But sometimes do people need another resource besides just to kind of get it started? I mean, because you're not going to sit there with them and sort through their stuff. That's not your job.
Yeah, no, we won't go sorting through everything. There's a couple things we will do. Is so if you want to have us come out for an appointment and just even give you some pointers on some things you can do, because some people they have dire need, but they can't afford it, and so it's like, okay, we'll go out there and give them some tips on what they can do. Okay, you can recycle this, you could try to flip this, you could donate this,
sure,
post this for free, or even put a free sign on it and put it on the curb. That stuff still works.
Oh yeah. I'm amazed. I mean, I've done that on Facebook. Just say, hey, free, and whoever comes and gets it, they can have it. And I mean, that feels better than throwing something useful away. So I can understand.
Yeah,
that.
If you could do that instead of if there's a way to reuse something instead of or give it to somebody who can repurpose instead of taking it to the landfill, I think that's a huge plus.
Right.
So we're, sometimes what we'll do is we'll go out and give somebody an estimate. It's more expensive than they have the budget for, but it'll be like, oh, so, we can reduce the scope of the work, and you could maybe list this for free, and you still get rid of everything, and then we've helped you with the part that's hardest.
Right.
And so that's another way we try to help people, like, with their core problem. Like, okay, does this need to go on the market by the end of the month? Is this, a landlord that needs to turn around a property?
Right.
Things like that. It's like understanding that stuff is really important to help solve people's problems really well.
Yeah, and it sounds like you're really good at helping people find resources if they're not sure.
Oh yeah,
what to do.
We're happy to answer questions for people. We only want to help you if it's in your best interest. But if your needs don't align with hiring us, that's fine, and we're happy to give you our professional opinion on what else you could do to tackle that problem.
Right.
So we love answering questions on the phone. People call us like, hey, I actually love when people do this. They're like, hey, I've seen you guys driving around. I don't know where to take my refrigerator. It's like, I can take it, I just don't know where it's supposed to go. And so then we kind of walk them through that and what that looks like. And we love answering questions.
Well, that's really a great resource too. So what do you love most about your business now that you've been at it for 2 years?
What I love most about it, I think I really enjoy working with good people, and watching them do well. That's been really fun for me.
Your employees?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's, we have 2, so we're not like super huge or anything, but it's interesting. It's new to me. I'm not the perfect boss or anything, but I enjoy working with good people and finding good people, and I think that's getting good employees is underrated. I think. So we really try to find solid guys, and I'm a big believer in integrity and trust. And so I know if I get trustworthy guys, they'll take care of our customers, they take care of me, they take care of the business, and then I take care of them.
Oh, that's great.
And I think that just integrity is a huge core value to our business.
Well, it definitely shows. And before we go, I want to make sure we tell people how they can get a hold of you, Eric. If they have junk problems, how do they connect with you?
Yeah, so they can call us at 406-645-5535. That's the main way people get a hold of us. You can Google us, check out our website, check out our reviews on Google. We've got really solid reviews. I always love to tell people who are on the fence to go check that out. And you can even book online if you want to do it that way. So
that's great. That's convenient too, because sometimes you don't have time to be chatting on the phone.
No, yeah, you need to get it done. You could just book online, select a time, and we'll send you confirmation messages and everything. And
great.
We even you can even check out our pricing online. It's very simple.
Right. It's very straightforward.
Yes, we like easy and simple, and so that's how we've structured our pricing too.
Well, it has been a pleasure having you on the show today, and I look forward to seeing your business grow through the years. And thanks for all your tips for people who want to start a business. I think it was good for that too.
Yeah. I hope that was helpful. I sure had a lot of fun doing this.
Yeah. Well, and everybody, thank you so much for joining us today, and we hope to see you next time on All About Billings.